Hi, what if your greatest gift was not discovered or has not been discovered yet? How do you know what it is or what it could be for you? What could that mean? What could that bring to your life if you don't know what it is? How do you know where to look if you don't know what it is? That's the questions that we have. And there's just a principle here at play that there's no limit to how we can expand and what we can grow into. And sometimes I know I've felt this. It's like, well, I want to grow. I'm ready to grow. I have the desire. I'm a life learner. And many of you listening to me right now, you are too. We have the desire. And then there's the question, okay, where do I grow to? Where's that? What's it even look like? And the picture can be unclear. I want to talk to you about sometimes the thing that is the closest to us can be the thing that's the hardest to see. That which is right there to be seen, we probably are already looking at, but we're so used to looking there that we don't recognize it. There's a physical principle of cloaking even. There was so I went to the dermatologist. I had some spots on my skin I wanted looked at and all that fun thing. And then I had a wart on my finger. And I said, okay, get rid of this for me. And she goes, well, I can freeze it, but the warts are a virus, and that virus cloaks itself so that your body thinks or feels it's just part of the body, and the immune system does not or stops attacking it. So it can establish home. And so the way to have your body recognize it as a foreign body and get rid of it is by keep agitating. Now, this is not medical advice for the record. This is just how I understood her advice to me. Keep agitating that spot so your body can see, oh, this is a foreign object, and the immune system kicks in and takes care of it. So in the world of growth, and part of that, a significant part of that, is our energy gifts, our intuitive gifts. They're intertwined. And depending on how you come at this in this discussion, how do you see intuition? How do you see energy? But through the lens I look through, these gifts are intertwined. And we can get so used to overlooking something or just getting used to seeing it, we just don't see it. So you have two fish. So a story that might help bring this to light, or just to bring some clarity, is two fish are swimming in the water, and they're youngsters, and they're coming on. They meet up with an older fish, and the older fish says, "Good morning," and they say, "Good morning," and he goes, "How is the water today?" And the two younger fish look at each other kind of puzzled, and they swim away, and they're just kind of thinking about, well, how's the water? And they go, what's water? The very thing that they're in all the time is the thing that's probably we have the least knowledge about sometimes. We were born onto a world that spins. This earth, we know, is always in a spinning action. And by golly, I hope it stays that way, or we will have some serious results from that, or effects from that. But we were born onto a planet that spins. But yet we don't feel, maybe somebody on this planet does. I haven't run into anybody that does. We don't feel that it is spinning. So it's something that's so natural, and we're used to it. We're born onto this earth that spins. If we were in a jar, and a clear jar, and the jar has a label on the outside, and this was our natural world, we're in a jar, and we can see the back of the label, and maybe some writing is playing, like, oh, okay, there's something there, but it's not real clear. A second set or a third party look at that jar from the outside is going, oh yeah, it says this, it's clear you are pickled beets. It's clear as can be what's this right here, or what's on this label. So I'm guiding us to the place to think about and discuss the benefit and the role of a coach. And if we take that into the world of sports, And my partner Brian, he's really an advocate. He loves sports and he loves basketball, and he's been a coach in basketball. And because of that, I'm introduced to this new world to me, on the world of the NBA, and how that, some of the coaches and how this interplay um, works in this world. And it was really interesting. We watched a show together on TV. It was a Netflix special, and it was talking about the Bulls and their journey. They had a season when Michael Jordan was on the team, that they had a season of championships. But had it always been that way? And it's like, no, it hadn't been. Had Michael Jordan always been this huge basketball success? No, he hadn't. And when he got on the Chicago Bulls team, it was 2 years under the coaching of, I'm looking down and reading it because I want to get it right, of Phil Jackson, helping bring out his greatness and the teams, because it's a team sport, the team's greatness. But 2 years under an amazing coach, bringing out the best. Steve Jobs, another icon in our history that we know had an incredible imprint, fingerprint on all things digital. So, the Apple and the Apple company and the things that they've brought to us, incredible. This was one of the brainstorms led by Steve Jobs. And his coach, Bill Campbell, known as the coach of Silicon Valley, a coach that helps bring out the best, seeing what we don't see in ourselves. We're too close to it. We don't have the skills to know where we could take it. So working with somebody that knows. So working with somebody that is intelligent, working with us, and we're smart. One smart person helping another smart person see and know what we don't. What's the value in that? We see this pattern behind every great, what we would define as successful people. We see mentors, often more than one. We see great people with great mentors, smart people coaching smart people, or talented people, and it's an and or, right? So helping, this coach piece is huge. Now, why do we resist that? What part of us, and I want you to lean into this with me, what part of this in us resists being coached? I've felt it in my past. Now, I've had a lot of coaching. When I've been a horse trainer, a professional horse trainer, and I spent from a very young age working with some incredibly gifted horse trainers. And boy, howdy, they could rip you a good one. And you took it because you knew they knew what they were talking about, and you grew in leaps and bounds, because you're not learning by your own scarred knees and bruised shins. You are learning through somebody else's experiencing, shortening your growth time, expanding the speed in which you accelerate forward your knowledge, your capabilities, and so on. So I personally have experience, and then I started with one gal, and then I just started plugging into some of the greats and just bringing that information in, and then building my own system as I trained horses, and then later started doing the healing work, them on me, me with them, and them now bringing people into work and connect to horses in a healing way. Truly, they activated my intuitive gifts. I had them when I was little. And if you know my story, I'm kind of regressing here, but you know my story. When I was a little gal, a little, 2, 3, 4, I was so connected to animals and had this high empathic gift, and knowing gift and channeling gift, which I can see in hindsight's 2020. I shut that down because it was freaking me out. I didn't get it as a child, but the horses reactivated that. So maybe my first coach, energy healing coach, were the horses. So it's true, they were. So to grow and to 10x, 100x our growth, bringing in other smart people to teach us what we don't see and know. So you What is it that you feel or know, hey, are you satisfied with just being where you're at? Then you're satisfied. But there's more for you. You that know, that are watching and connecting to me on this video, you know, hey, I know that I am to grow and I need another smart person to guide me and show me where can I grow? What spot or area am I just so used to seeing that I'm blind to it? And often a place to look. So I'll give you a hint, something that I have seen to be very consistent. The area that is your biggest struggle. Are you a procrastinator? Are you, that's a big one for many of us. Do you tend to be disorganized? Do you tend to be a last minute-er? Do you tend, what is one of your biggest challenges? You tend to have 100 answers for people and they get annoyed because it seems like you're just always speaking over them or something like that. Look in your life and find what area like that is a challenge. And this is what I know to be true. Where those areas are is our gift, one of the gifts. And if it's agitating and or you feel some guilt, shame from others, that happens around those areas so we can see them. We don't understand the gift or it wouldn't be creating friction in this way. So getting clarity on what is that gift and how can I use it? So find the area first and then sit with your guidance. And if you're like, man, I don't even know how to sit with my guidance, then we need to talk because you all have guidance. I have guidance. All of us have guidance outside of our physical body. Our internal compass is our internal knowing that you have inside your body connected to what's your language? Is it connected to creator energy, source, the universe, your higher self? Bring your words in here. Is connected to that creator energy. And that is your knowing compass. It is you. But how do you connect to that so that you can trust it? How can you connect to that with knowing piece of you? If you don't know, let's talk, because that is key and step 101 for this type of growth. My email is janelle@janellrae.com. I look forward to hearing from you. And you already know, yeah, I know how to connect to that. Awesome sauce. Next step then is to go, okay, here's this area that is presenting as a challenge for me. Where's my gift in that? And then sit back. Now it may be you're in the jar looking at the back side of the label and you need somebody to come to the other side and read it for you. That's me or somebody like me. Because my gift is I can see into, I don't know why I can do it. That's how these gifts work. You just can. I can look into somebody's life and go, okay, that's what needs to be known right now. And I channel in that information. I can just see what your gift is. Most of the time, unless guidance doesn't want me to, then I can only do what I'm allowed to do for the highest and best. But I can see into a person's life, into the struggle, and go, oh, your gift is this, it's presenting like this because, and I can see the reasons. So resolving the reasons, the challenge is there, understanding the gift, so you can now use it and set the intention. So an area that was a problem, challenge, frustrating, probably carrying for most of us a lot of guilt and shame. A good client, a friend of mine now, she has the gift of working in flow, and she channels these beautiful artistic, full of beautiful energy designs. She can design websites, she can design merch. She's just brilliant. Really, she's brilliant. So, and that it was, before it was identified, the ability to not be able to manage time. So executive function. And there was people in the outside of her that were putting judgment on what's wrong with you. Why can't you keep a calendar, keep track of time, all these things? And some of you might resonate with that. It's often common that judgment and that feeling I've seen, because when I'm wearing my learning specialist hat, we see that with visual spatials or individuals with ADHD. And why can't you keep track of time? You can't keep a calendar. Some real pressure points. But that's that gift trying to fit into a very three-dimensional box. When she understood, oh my gosh, let me get above that box and look at it as it is. Well, it's a gift. It's a gift. And we've had these conversations together. She found in these small groups we work in, there's so much synergy and beautiful energy that helps these things shift and we get clarity. And as this was happening, the aha was actually, if I work with that, I don't keep track of time, is how it looked in 3D. But through the lens of her intuitive gifts, it's, oh my gosh, I'm channeling all this creative energy at this moment, and I can focus that into these beautiful creations. This is just a small example of how, when we're in this three-dimensional thinking, our gifts can look like problems instead of looking like, wow, oh my gosh, that's my superpower. And there's more we can unpack together. This is kind of a big topic, and I'm kind of just peeling off a corner and just showing us what's in the wrapper. But there's so much to discover here. What used to be my challenge is now my success point, and where I feel so empowered. And it's bringing that uniqueness to the table that makes and brings such a fulfillment and self-contentment and a new relationship with who we are. Woo, how powerful is that? So is your greatest gift still waiting to be discovered? Yes. That's a yes that all of us have. No matter where you're at in your growth journey, yes is still the answer to that question. So get curious, dive into that with me, and see what comes up for you. If you have questions and you want to go, oh, wow, I need to sit down with Janell and let's take a look at who I am through that third-party lens, and I would love to do that. I look forward to meeting you. We are starting our year class, Grow With Me for a Year. So exciting. The seats are filling up fast. We have, I believe, the last count I saw was 17 left, 17 seats. When that's full, it's full. So grab your spot. If this is resonating with you, grab your seat, grab a call with me and just see, like, there's no pressure in it or judgment in it, no commitment. Just give me an email, send me an email, and I look forward to connecting with you. Many of you are considering it. If you're not, that's fine. We're still friends. But I look forward to seeing you in some of the most beautiful retreat centers around the world. So take a look at and connect with me on that. Work with me for a year where we dive in and say, what's ready? What's your gift that's ready to open up next? Right. Look forward to seeing you.